So that door unlocks and you hear the little creaky sound, and I'm just getting in there nonchalant, like nothing ever happened, and step in the door, close the door. My mom's passing by. Beta, I have the food for... What's that? Assalamu alaikum guys, and we are back with another episode of the Jahiliyyah Diaries. But before we continue with today's diary, I just want to say a huge jazakallah khair for all the love and the support you guys have given me, the subs, the likes, the comments, and all just the overall love that I get in my DMs on Instagram and just everywhere. It means the world to me, guys. Just hearing that you guys are benefiting from my errors and my mistakes and preventing you from actually going down this wrong path, to only find out one simple fact: the only way that you could truly find happiness is by establishing a relationship with Allah. But if you already have a relationship with Allah, we all have to strive to make it a little bit better. Today's Jahiliyyah Diary is about my first hickey. Now, the reason I'm sharing this right now is because as a middle school teacher, I'm seeing a lot of my students just walking around with hickeys. And one thing that you need to understand about a hickey is that it's a badge of honor. It shows other people that you are somehow sexually active. That's something important for someone who is young to display to the world. It's showing people that, listen, I am also doing the same thing that you are doing. And oftentimes we get jealous when we hear the escapades of our friends and people that we hang out with, of how they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, which makes us want a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Or perhaps you start hearing stories about them being sexually active. So it's super important for us to address this topic about being sexually active and understanding that the reason, besides the hormonal stuff, besides the peer pressure of things, one of the reasons that our youth are sexually active is because it's a badge of honor. It's to show the other people, it's not just you, I'm doing it too. Or yeah, you might have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but I have one as well. And a hickey is the ultimate sign someone's getting, it's getting a little hot and heavy, if you get what I mean. So once upon a time, I had a girlfriend a long time ago, prior to me knowing anything about Allah. And as I've mentioned several times, I could genuinely care less about Allah at those stages of my life. I really wasn't concerned or conscious of Allah at that time. I had this girlfriend, and obviously me and her would hang out. We know from the narration of the Messenger ﷺ that between man and a woman, the third party is always the shaitan. We understand that that's a reality. So don't ever think that you could just innocently be hanging out with people. Yeah, you might, right? You might think that, oh, I'm just going to study with this person. But from studying, somehow you end up getting lunch together, or going out to get dinner together, or getting a coffee together, or getting that Red Bull together, or something. You basically end up somehow getting closer than you actually should to this person. Me and this person, obviously, we were dating. And we were, of course, having a good time together. And when you're dating someone, it's only natural for a person to become sexually active, because it's only a matter of time. And I don't care what type of promises you made each other. I don't care if you've promised yourself that you will still remain a virgin, especially for girls, because girls' virginity is a little more detectable than a guy's virginity. And sometimes girls pay more attention to that, and I think that's wrong. I think boys need to care about their virginity equally as much. But this Jahiliyyah Diary is not about me losing my virginity. Tell me in the comments below if that should be a Jahiliyyah Diary in itself. Getting a lot more closer together, and we are becoming, in a way, sexually active. And this is the story that I hear from a lot of people in the DMs. Brother, I was with this girl, we were messing around, we did everything besides sex. And somehow that's supposed to make it better. A lot of times people want to justify their actions, and somehow that's supposed to make them feel better. I mean, the fact that you haven't had sex, does that make it better? Like, the fact that you're telling me you've done everything besides sex, does that make it better? That's something that you need to decide amongst yourself. But if that's how your standards are, if that's how you decide to hold yourself accountable, and you're like, I'm gonna do everything besides sex, and I should get a gold star for that. The truth of the matter is that you're only missing one thing to actually have sex, and I'm pretty sure you both talked about it and maybe tried and experimented with stuff, but you try to make sure that nothing shows or nothing happens. But the reality of it is that because you're not having actual intercourse with each other, doesn't make the other stuff okay. Doesn't make the holding of hands okay, the kissing and the hugging and all that. Like, it doesn't make that okay. Don't gas yourself up. Don't let the shaitan gas you up thinking that because you're not having sex, it's okay now. So you could do everything besides sex because that's what's haram. Everything else is fine. It's getting a little hot and heavy between me and this person. This girl, this female, starts kissing me around this area. Now, it feels incredible. That's just what it is. It feels incredible to the one experiencing it, possibly to the one doing it. Those lips stay in that area a little too long. Next thing you know, when it's all said and done, I'm headed home, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm just like, hang on a second. What is that? Is that's a hickey! Yeah, let's go! Remember, a hickey is a badge of honor. It's not something that I'm thinking, oh my god, I got a hickey now. What are people gonna think about me? It's more like, yes, I got a hickey now. I wonder what people are gonna think about me. It's a badge of honor. When people see that, they come to you. Oh, you got the hickey. Oh, damn, let me see that. Oh, damn, bro, you getting busy. Oh. It's a badge of honor for people, and they want to show the fact that they are being sexually active, and they want to show the fact that they're getting a little more intimate with their partner or whoever they're with at the moment. If you're openly in a relationship with people or your peers, or people know who your girlfriend is, and they see that on your neck, I mean, let's be serious over here. Young love is young love for a reason, because it dies quickly, right? You finish with that relationship. That girl is gonna look so loose. That's the reality of it. Your girlfriend, the person that you're with right now, is gonna look so easy that when you guys break up, the next person who dates her, knows what she's done in the past, is gonna expect that and more. They're gonna be like, well, you gave him a hickey, so I know you know how to do it, and I'm pretty sure you know how to do other things. And if you don't know how to do anything else, I'll teach you that too. It really gives a wrong impression about the young lady that you're actually with, and it gives a wrong impression about yourself, that you're just sitting there getting your neck sucked at like some sadistic vampire or something. Like, what are you doing? So I'm sitting there with my badge of honor, like, yo, I just got a hickey, bro. Like, oh, I can't wait to show my friends and everything like that. But the reality was that my mom was gonna see it. So I just tried my best to keep my collar up and just avoid all interactions with my mom. Man, moms are sharp. Moms know when something's up, don't they? Isn't that true? Don't your parents know, especially moms, don't they know when something's up, when you're acting a little different, when something is just not right? And something wasn't right, because I was actively trying to hide my hickey. So that door unlocks and you hear that little creaky sound, and I'm just getting in there nonchalant, like nothing ever happened, and step in the door, close the door. My mom's passing by. Beta, I have the food for... What's that? And I'm all like, well, what do you mean? What's what, mom? What? She's like, तुम्हारे neck पे क्या है? गर्दन पे क्या है? इधर आ? And I'm like, oh, get away from me. What's wrong with you, mom? No, get away, stop. Now, the interesting thing is that when you're in the wrong, you become extremely aggressive. You become this person who's just shouting for no reason when you know you're guilty of something. Don't we all do that? Whenever we're guilty of something, we think that the way to divert our attention or make ourselves look honest is by being louder than the other person. So I start getting angry at my mom until my mom's just like, तेरे गर्दन पे क्या है इधर आ? ये क्या है? हिक्की है? ये हिक्की है? But I'm like, mom, leave me alone. Stop it, mom. Stop, like smothering me all the time. Give me some space. This is why you and I always get in fights. I start being more aggressive just so I could distract her from the fact that there is definitely a hickey on my neck. But then my mom asks me a golden question. Idhar aa? Sex karke aaya hai? If your parents try to have a sex-related conversation with you right now, like, that is the most awkward, like, I want to bury myself under a rock. So when my mom said that, this was my immediate reaction. Ew, mom, come on! Come on, what's wrong with you, mom? You're so nasty, stop! But my mom wasn't buying it. My mom asked me again, sex karke aaya hai? Just imagine my 5'2" Pakistani mom, her Shalwar Kameez, trying to give me food, and she's asking me if I've had sex. It is absolutely mortifying at this moment. I just want to leave the situation as soon as possible. So I did what any young man would do in that situation who's guilty of a crime. Mom, I can't live here anymore. I want to move out. I don't want to live with you anymore. I want to leave this place because you're holding me back. I just want to move out of here. I don't want to be around you anymore. Bye. And I storm and leave the house. All for what? Arrogance? Pride? You know, the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam explains to us that anyone with a mustard seed's worth of pride, ego or arrogance, pride, wouldn't be able to enter paradise. Companions thought that that pride meant wearing nice stuff. But the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam clarified that that's not what pride is. Pride is when the truth comes to you and you deny it. That was pride. Pride is when you get an argument with someone, you become extremely hostile. That's what pride is. Wallahi, brothers and sisters out there watching this right now, how many of us speak to our parents in such a rude manner for one straight up reason? Because they're right, and you know in your heart that you're wrong, and guess what? You're prideful. Even if you might be right in that situation, the fact that you're yelling at your parents, the fact that you're screaming at your parents, first and foremost, how dare you scream at your parents? How dare you? Who do you think you are? Screaming at your parents. Who do you think you are? If you're 22 watching right now, 20 years ago, you were still in a diaper. I want that to sink in. Who do you think you are? You're 14 years old? Cool. 12 years ago, you were still pooping in a diaper. Your mom was wiping your butt. Who do you think you are? Who are you yelling at? Who are you trying to show your dominance over? Your parents? What's wrong with you? Why do you think that's the way to communicate to your parents? Like, imagine how sad they must feel. That same child they raised with their own hands, that same child that they sacrificed for, is yelling at them? I'm not going to say that you're not going to get into a debate with your parents. I'm not going to say that you're not going to get into an argument with your parents. Those are natural. Those are natural frictions to have. But to become aggressive in your arguments, to become hostile in your arguments, only show qualities of kibr. And by that definition, you are not allowed access or entry into Jannah. And we're not even talking about the fact that you're being disobedient to your parents and you're being rude to your parents. That's a sin in itself. But the fact that your pride is getting the best of you is what's causing you right now to lose your entry into Jannah. That's not worth it. Calm yourself down. If you're having trouble with your parents, okay, talk it out. Communicate. Use your words. But don't shout. Don't yell at your parents, because that's not okay. I left the house and I'm just like, listen, I don't want to go over here anymore. I want to go as far away as mom as I could. I just wanted to run away from her, get away from her. And these sort of instances put friction between me and my mom. My mom and I were so close together, guys. Maybe I'll do a story about that separately, about how my relationship with my mom got sour. And tell me in the comments if you'd like to hear about that, because my relationship with my mom was so amazing. And it got destroyed. It got destroyed because I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. And my mom somehow always reminded me of Allah. And I didn't want nothing to do with Allah, therefore I wanted to do nothing with my mom. Simple. How many of us are doing the wrong thing? How many of us are knowingly doing the wrong thing? And when someone reminds you that you're doing the wrong thing, when someone comes at you because you're doing the wrong thing, guess what you do? You become mad at them. They're telling you the truth. So we need to learn how to take feedback. We need to understand that our parents do know what's best for us. Our parents, are trying to help us out. They might give you wrong advice. It could happen, right? But it's coming from a place of love. Yes, you need to judge. Should you take it? Should you not? But it's coming from a place of love nonetheless. If you're someone out there trying to be sexually active or whatever the case might be, just know it's not worth it. Just know that you're not really doing it just for yourself and your hormones and how it makes you feel. Yeah, it's gonna make you feel great, but you're actually doing it because of the peer pressure. You're actually doing it because it's a badge of honor. You're trying to show the people that, look, I could get busy as well. I can do these things as well. You're trying to keep up with people, but don't do it. It's not worth it, because this leads to more heartbreak. You're gonna end up hurting someone. Either they're gonna hurt you or you're gonna hurt them, and that's going to create a massive amount of insecurities, and that's going to destroy your love life when you actually do get older. And when it's time for you to get married, it's probably going to really damage you and scar you, and you're going to have trust issues with a person. But a lot of the times you guys are doing these wrong things because I'm just having fun with them, because I'm not really going to be able to marry them. I know I'm not going to marry you, Jessica. I know that I won't. So I'm just going to have a bunch of fun with you. I'm going to gas you up and act like I am going to marry you one day, but I'm not really going to marry you. So I'm just having fun with you until my parents find me a nice little girl from Pakistan that I'm going to marry, and I'm just going to leave you and just say, hey, my parents got me married. Sorry, I can't marry you anymore. That's what's going to happen. So stop playing with people's hearts, emotions, and feelings. Stop it. That's not the way to live. That's not the way a Muslim should be living. The Messenger ﷺ explained to us that a quality of a Muslim is that people around you are safe from your actions and your speech. If people can get harmed by your actions and speech, then you're not representing Islam correctly. Guys, that was my Jahiliyyah diary. Please tell me in the comments below, what were your thoughts, your feelings about this Jahiliyyah diary. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me stories that you may have heard about other people who've been through this. Maybe someone ruined their life or not. Drop it in the comments below. And of course, I want to connect with you guys through Instagram. So please follow me at my Instagram link, Way of Life SQ. Send me a message. I would love to hear your feedback. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below and tell me, what were your thoughts about this? How's your relationship like with your parents? Tell me that in the comment section below. I love you all for the sake of Allah. I sincerely appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit this video with a huge thumbs up. And just remember, don't wait till it's too late to turn back to Allah. Turn back to Allah now. Learn from my mistakes before it's too late for you. And until next time, I'm out.